Here's Ken Hitchcock, coach of the St. Louis Blues. So you had the Center for Disease Control take over your offices today with the bacterial mumps going through the team?
We don't know what's going on. It's like rolling thunder. It's a couple more down today, so it's been quite a challenge. We just it looks like it's just going to run right through, and we're just going to have to grin and bear it. And whoever can play every day, we just go. But
did you know the CDC was going to show up today, or did they? Or
no,
what happens when they come in?
It's our doctors. We're trying to get. We were supposed to have a function today for Halloween for some kids, and they put the kibosh on it. They just pulled everybody back and don't want anybody in the room and don't want anybody around our players right now, which I don't blame them. So we're trying to get an idea of what we need to continue to sterilize and what we need to continue to see where we can put the brakes on this thing. But a couple of guys came in this morning. We sent them right back home. So got to get a handle on it somehow. But it looks like it's just going to run its course right through everybody. And so we've got about half have got it now, and we're just going to have to live with the other half getting it.
So is it bacterial mumps, Ken?
You know what? It's some form of that, I guess. Whether it's bacterial or whether it's the virus part of it, we're not 100% sure. But we now know, from a player standpoint, we now know the guy starts off, he feels like he has the flu for about 2 or 3 days, and then it comes on. So you can kind of tell when the guy's going to go through it. So, for instance, a guy like Bomeister had not felt well for 2 days, and then we kind of knew today was going to be a tough day for him. So he's kind of the guy that's got it today pretty bad. And, so you got him and Lindstrom, but you now get a read on when it's going to happen and what the time frame is. And it usually lasts with the players somewhere between 4 and 7 days. And like I said, we don't know how it happened. We don't know where it happened. We just know we got to run through it.
Well, if you need a goalie, I'd be glad to get off this show and come and play for you, Ken.
Well, they've both gone through it, so they're on the other side of it, Heels.
Sorry, Heels. No chance.
You broke my heart.
Hey, Hitch, one of the jobs, and I know something you're always considering, is workload of your players, practices, games, travel. This must make it really tough. Like, how hard can you push your players?
Well, we've had, one practice in the last 4 weeks. So this is usually the time you practice quite a bit. But, like injuries are injuries. Like everybody gets them. But they're defined. You know when they're going to be back. I mean, we don't know on Bacchus and Oshie right now, but injuries are injuries, and we know when a guy like Gunnarsson was going to come back. We knew when a guy like Stastny, when Stas is going to be coming back, but this kind of rolling sickness that we have, it's a little bit unnerving because you're changing your lineup every time, and you've got to really the players got to almost laugh it off. And I think our guys have done an unbelievable job at laughing it off. We've played some of our best hockey the last 3 or 4 games, and I think our players are just like, okay, tell us who's in and tell us how you want to play, because we've really changed. We've had the first 2 games of the season, we had the same lineup, and we've changed every game since. So we've had 7 games that we've changed every time, and that's just the way it is right now. And I think our guys have had a great attitude, but the only time we skate as a group is on the game day skates. We don't skate on the off days anymore, and you might get 8 or 9 or 10 guys out there, but that's it.
One practice in 4 weeks. Have you ever done anything like that before?
You know what? There was some of that was in the Olympics last year,
yeah.
And I think this is what's made the hockey so good this year, is because it's a non-Olympic year. Every game feels like a playoff game. It's great hockey because we've been rested, and a lot of the teams have had the proper days off and the proper balance between practices and games. And I think that's what's made the hockey so good, and it's going to make it so good for the rest of the year, guys.